Alrighty, it's 4 p.m. on Saturday, and you know what that means? It's time to explore Eorzea. Today we are going to actually jump into some dungeons. We're gonna see about doing the MSQ up until we can unlock our next one. I believe that is 1000 Maws of Toto-Rak. But before we do that, we can see that we've still not ever done Halatali, which is a lower level one, so we'll probably do that one first. And apparently we're also learning you can only have 65,000 venture coins. Holy cow. If you have that many though, like, that's already a lot. I'm gonna quickly check for a few things on the market board, do our daily turn-ins. Today is also Saturday, so we're probably gonna pop over to the gold saucer as well. Give me a minute and see if I can find some bone chips, Halatali and lentils, crimson crayfish, and grilled dodo. If you're joining us, we're going to be wherever the MSQ took us last, so that should be Hawker's Alley and Limsa, so that'll be our first stop. Okay, so the grilled dodo, crimson crayfish was just one, I believe. 3 grand. Yeah, it's not worth it for me right now. Let's check for bone chips and Halatali and lentils as well. You know, it's only a few hundred gil. Halatali and lentils. See if we can make 10. We can. Alright, I'm gonna go quickly turn this stuff in, and then we will pop over to... Actually, before we go to Limsa, we'll go to the gold saucer and do our stuff there. There we go. There we go. As usual, we were not able to find the culinary... No, actually we did today with the market board. Culinary thing. We didn't do the crimson crayfish. Hand over, come on. So, did not spend a ton of gil. And you can see these classes. Yep, we're mid-10s, so every day we're gaining a few. Totally worth it. Alright. We're unable to receive all the company seals, which means I need to quickly go to the personnel officer and apply for a promotion. Spend some of these. Let's just do that a couple times. Pop over to the gold saucer. We'll do our mini cactbot and jumbo cactbot real fast. For sake of speed, we'll just do that Y method. I guess maybe not today. Oh, never mind. That's right, we can still do that. We're gonna go see if there's 1, 2, 3. Nope. $54 and 80, not off to a great start. But we'll see. A few hundred, no big deal. One thing you can also do, if you're looking to just get some quick MGP, is make sure to hit your challenge log for gold saucer, 3 mini games and 100 MGP. You can just come over to the Kuffaker right down the row here, and it's fairly easy. Doesn't even have to be super far in the center, and you'll get a few thousand just for doing a couple of games. On average, 15 MGP per. Might take a few times to get the 100. But you got 1,000 just for doing it 3 times. Looks like maybe 5 times this time will get us another lump sum. Oh, we didn't get 100 yet. There we go. So, yep, 2,500 just for running over there real fast. I don't know if I actually made it in time. I may have wasted my last time. Yeah, I was sick, so I did not do a Saturday or a Wednesday stream. Oops. That's okay. Our last number is 2. Eventually we're going to figure out whether this tripling up is a good idea or not. I mean, it doesn't hurt anything. If we happen to win the last number, we'll get triple the prize. Okay, that is all for now in here. So let's pop over to Limsa. We will go along the MSQ until we get to... Wow, Toto-Rak. I wanted to say Tamtara. And then we'll do Halatali beforehand. Let's see, upper decks, lower decks. Oh, over by Hawker's Alley. Bane scene. Alright. You found your way to Hawker's Alley, friend. A Kikirin that worked at the Druthers? Yeah, you speak of Tetarun. Related to that Kyokurun bloke just over there by some blood or another. 2 of them put together and we're making good coin. 2 of them put in together and we're making good coin. But old Tetarun up and left Limsa not long ago. Couldn't say as to why or where. You're better off asking Kyokurun himself. He can be tight of lip though, I warn you. Best to take this chicken egg with you. Little guy loves the things. Good to hear about old Busk, though. Sounds as though he ain't changed a bit. Just like him to send an adventurer along. Too shy to come his own self. I miss drinking with that fool. Man, some of these Limsa accents are just killer as you're trying to read them out loud. Customer, be welcome. Not customer? Not come with custom? Kyokurun busy with business. Too busy for blather. Here, have this fresh chicken egg. Now you're not busy for blather. Chicken egg! Kyokurun love chicken egg. Love chicken egg more than love customer. Wow! Rude. Looking for Tetarun? Tetarun here no more. Tetarun leave Limsa. Tetarun go look for sparklies. Now working at trading post. Good trading post. Forget where trading post is. Weinberg no Tetarun. Weinberg no trading post. Weinberg at ferry docks. You go to ferry docks. Kyokurun forget things. Weinberg remember things. You talk to Weinberg, not Kyokurun. Alright, so that looks like it's over down by the fishing guild. At first I thought he was talking about like Wineport, the area, and like I'd have to go there, but nope, this dude's name is Weinberg. Tetarun, I've seen him. That is to say, I saw him. He was headed somewhere up north, by the way of the ferry to Aleport. Might as well head there and see what you can suss out. The skipper here can take you there. When you arrive, I'd start asking Aldfoot. Or Aldfoot? He's an old hand but knows a great deal about many things. Alright, so we just passage to Aleport. Right on, take your time, you can catch up whenever. Do you have Halatali unlocked? That's a good question. Alright, well, Aldfoot. I don't know, we'll just go with that. Tetarun, I saw him. That is to say, I seen him. He took himself north through Skull Valley into Oakwood. Was looking for a place run by his fellow Kikirin. I reckon he meant the one right on the shore of Bronze Lake. Memorune's trading post. Follow the road and you're sure to find it. Alright. Okay, perfect. So, even if we go super quickly through this, you'll still be able to meet us at Halatali. We'll roll up here, and we'll make sure to grab the Aetheryte in the area, even if we're on the other side. Rogue needs what? Oh, I gotta seriously, like, manipulate my, my chats here. catch. There's probably a bunch of other stuff in the area to get, but we'll do it at another juncture. Those were handy and on the way. One thing I am going to do... Let's see... Display settings... Where's that one about changing FPS if it's out of focus? Hey look, Rogue needs these too. Oh wait, there's Tata. Am I still wearing like garbage gear? I am. What am I doing? I probably turned it in for healthy seals, to be honest. Alright, we're going to... not that one. We're gonna go over to the area there. Let's see. Is it display? Limit FPS when client isn't active. Or, yeah, so that way if I'm doing my stuff and switching things, it's not gonna be all choppy. Okay. Alright, Tetaroon. Customer, be welcome. Not customer, not come with custom. Bring something for Tetaroon. Tetaroon forgets this. Forget at Druthers. Tetaroon swore would never forget earring, but never forgot. Tetaroon think. Tetaroon think. Good Buscaroon doing good. Good Buscaroon. Buscaroon? Interesting. Good to Tetaroon. Tetaroon miss good Buscaroon. May as well take an upgrade. Yeah. Okay. Good Buscaroon help Tetaroon. Tetaroon dead without good Buscaroon. Must give thankies. Many, many thankies. Tetaroon make Kikir and firewater for Buscaroon. Buscaroon love firewater. You help Tetaroon make firewater? Need thingies to make. Need many, many thingies. Need curl pup whiskers. Need 3 good curl pup whiskers. Alright, let's grab the yellow quest while we're here as well. Gegaroon has good goods. Good goods need delivery, but Gegaroon busy. Too busy. Have hot box lunch. Kikirin hot box lunch. Lunch for Tangatonga, I guess. Tangatonga and Thalaus? Interesting. You take for Gegaroon. Alright, so we'll need some stone shells for Gladiator, by the way. And since I'm a gladiator, I may as well check it out. A bunch of classes are probably going to need a bunch of stuff in this area, to be honest. Alright. See what else needs things around here. So we need some wild wolves on Marauder. Oh, not this again. one more right there. Okay. Let me just do a check here. So this is mostly South Shroud. Upper Lenosha has a few. There's a hotbox lunch quest to turn in right here. In this fancy little hut here. Tangatonga, leave me be. I'm too hungry to continue research, let alone receive visitors. Light and fluffy Lenosian toast, 2 boiled wildfowl eggs, a poached apkalu egg, and a cup of turtle egg soup, a veritable egg lover's dream. This is a Kikrin hotbox lunch from Maroon's trading post. How did you... Thank you, friend. At last I will be able to hear myself think over the growling of my stomach. I was so eager to come study the fossils, I never gave any thought to how I'd take my meals. I've neither the time nor the materials to cook on my own, so the trading post has been a godsend. I'm always happy to be on the receiving end of a nice hot box lunch. And then you got a quest for us as well. I know it's no easy thing making your way out to where I am. I could use someone like you around here. How would you like to aid in my excavation? I do what I can on my own, but I need someone to brave the more dangerous places, such as atop the bones themselves. Set out in my place and see what fossils there are to be found. If possible, I would prefer a variety of specimens. Alright, let's see. There's this ladder we can't use. If you have flight, though, you can go up in there. I've never done that before. And, you know, obviously I don't have flight. So there's a little researcher's outpost. Yeah. What exactly is this? Is this like a dragon? I mean, it looks like it. Let's get up there and see what we're dealing with. Yeah. I mean, that's gotta be like a wing, but, you know, a bony wing. Dragon's face. Spine, etc. Alright. We pulled the Eorzeons from down below? I think we did. So they're just gonna de-aggro. Okay. Need one more footman. And these are for the Immortal Flames. Alright, so we pop onto the dragon's back. Run along the spine. And then get back up. This is how you practice your jump puzzling. Oh, interesting. You could grab either one, I guess? Or maybe because somebody's in the party and grabbed it. I don't know. Where are you? Where is that thing? Oh, it's up there. This is gonna be a fun one. Come on. Get up there. There we go. It's a little tricky to get. Okay. We go turn in that. Alright, found something, have you? Come, let's take a look. Ah, yes, these are fine specimens. These long, narrow bones likely belong to some sort of giant sea creature, devoured by the louse. From the looks of it, I'd say it was about the size of an adult cubu, if all told. And this round fossil, well, I've developed a theory that it is the shell of a parasitic organism. I've found countless others like it concentrated near the remains. These are good finds, my friend. Both are testaments to the sheer enormity of the louse. Ah, forgive me. We scholars tend to assume we know as much of our subject matter as we... that all know as much of our subject matter as we. Do you know the tale of the louse? It is said Limlaeon summoned the massive serpent upon the primordial dry, and from its belly it spewed forth the waters which became the seas. A little bit of a tall tale. We have no proof the remains that lie here are the Thalaus. Indeed, whatever beast this was, first came to be called by the virtue of its size alone. But I, for one, now dare to believe it. It just may be that these bones are the bones of the divine serpent that brought this life into the world. Brought life into this world. Interesting. Some good backstory for that guy right there. And then we also need to go underneath and go pick up some curl whiskers. And kill stuff for hunt logs along the way. Because there are not many of these, and a number of classes need them. And then we got the aggro from somebody above there, which makes no sense, so we'll just ignore it. Need 5 now? 5 Eorzeons? I guess we will not ignore them. They come all the way down. Any other classes need anything around here? Rogue. Archer. Alright, Arcadus. Needs bumble beetles. Probably like lower level bumble beetles and stuff, but I don't have my carbuncle. How many more do we need? Still need some for hunts. Pugilist. Gonna need some curl pups as well. Good grief. May as well stick around here for a minute. Where's their archer? Forest Eorzeon. Thaumaturge actually needs a few. So we could go hit the Eorzeons with Thaumaturge / Black Mage. Wait for the curl pups to spawn, because we're going to need a bunch. Oh no. Oh well, we'll move on. We'll go get some other guys. Alright, so it was... Monk needed some. Needs 5. Of course it needs 5. Fate failed. How could we fail? Alright. We still need a couple more. So we need one more curl pup for Gladiator and one more for Monk. Anything else in Upper Lenosha? Arcanist needs Bumbling Beetles, so let's go hit some Bumbling Beetles with Arcanist, because they're actually down below. Then we'll come back up for a couple of pearls. And not these ones. They're a little bit strong for this level 12 Arcanist. You got it done? Nice. We're over in the Oakwood area. Oh, oops. Since we're Arcanists, though, I'll just wait for somebody to pick me up. The long way. Oh, I'm level 12 and in this old gear. No, nothing big. Alright, let's go grab those pups again. Black Alaman? Oh no. Couple more pups, then we can go turn in the quest. Although technically, I think I still need one more Bumble Beetle, because I was dead at the time you killed that third one. take this Bumble on. Ah. Alright, and then one was for Monk. These are all masters, though. We need a pup. You had to craft 2 of everything? Poor guy. Okay, we should have a pup any second now. With any luck. And then remind me before we leave the area to grab the Aetheryte. I think it looks snazzy, Guyman. It's very fly. Yes, my favorite hat. Alright, let's go grab the quest, pop over, grab the Aetheryte, move on. You can absolutely go on as Conjurer, that's totally fine. Tetaroon make firewater for Buscaroon. You bring thingies Tetaroon need? You brought all thingies. Tetaroon make firewater now. Make good firewater for Buscaroon. Tetaroon start making firewater now. Good firewater take time. More time, more good. You come back later. It's later. Tetaroon make firewater. Good firewater. You take to Buscaroon. Good firewater for good Buscaroon. Tell Buscaroon no drink now. Tell put away 1 year. 1 year make best flavor. Tetaroon hopes Buscaroon happy. Tetaroon gives Buscaroon thankies. Many thankies. You tell Buscaroon. Tetaroon make big shop someday. Biggest shop in Eorzea. Make many sparklies. All thanks to good Buscaroon. Well, that is ambitious. I need like 2 seconds. We're back. Let's pop over with the Fairy Skipper. Grab that Aetheryte. For an astounding 40 gil. It's highway robbery. At some point, I am going to find a better spot for my chats. Okay. Give that a go. Next thing we need to do is report to Buscaron. South Shroud. He's near Quarry Mill, so we'll do that one. You have bots fighting the curls? You serious? Fortune is not on your side this day. Do they have like stupid names like Kazdikasmanif Balabanimith. And there's only like the 3 curls that is obnoxious. They're underground, literally. Are they like their character sprites halfway under? Because I've seen that before. Sounds like a row name, to be honest. Hey look, Ida and Papalimo are here. Okay. Ah, you've returned. Thank you for seeing Tetarin's belongings to him. What's this? For me? Kikir and Firewater. So he remembers my fondness for the drink, does he? Why that old... who's cutting onions back there? Poor guy. And his onion aversion. He says to shelve it for a year, does he? That sounds about right. I hate to have to wait, but I reckon it'll be worth it. This stuff has an aroma and body unlike any other drink I know. It's going to be a long year. What say you come back then, friend? We'll see if we can't make it through this bottle together. These are not a good spot for chat either. We'll get it figured out someday. Complete. There was word while you were away. Sylphs seen in the wood, but near no lands of their own. No, this place was near to here, a place we have never known a sylph to come. Something must have given them cause to venture this far. More than like, the missing sylph elders among them. Here, I've marked the tract where they were last sighted on your map. Go see if there's anything to be seen. Okay. We may as well, pick up some quests while we're here. And kind of start exploring the upper paths. You look to be a doughy sort. Hey! Perhaps I could trouble you with a task? Recently I shared a flagon with a merchant from Ul'dah, who regaled me with her tales of dangers from the road. Worst of all, as she had it, was the ferocious beast that nigh gored her within an ilm of her life, just as we thought she'd reached the forest's safe embraces. What manner of beast, you say? You'll not believe this, but it was an antelope. Yes, I doubted my own ears when I heard the tale, but 'twould seem most ill-tempered strain of the beast roams the land south of the Druthers of late. You might recognize them by the scars they bear from frenzied battles with man and fellow beast alike. Ah, one last thing. I would give you this freshly made bowl of sparhawk egg soup to aid in your battle. You may chuckle, but the spices contained within are known to sap the energy of these plant-eating beasts. Now go carefully, and don't lose those doe eyes, and don't let those doe eyes lull you into a false sense of security, lest the next ale you down spill freely from the myriad holes in your body. Wow, it's lovely imagery. Alright. That glint in your eye. You're no stranger to violence, are you? Got a job for a hard lad like ye. I was just told I looked doughy. Come on. Run along to the river east of here and gut me 3 smallmouth orbon, will you? They've been gobbing down all the fishies what Buscaron serves us for dinners, and we can't have that now, can we? Come back to me dirtied up with fish guts, and I'll see you're treated like a proper Druthers regular. Oh, she actually sells meals. Okay. And then, let's check out what anybody says. Wench, we need another round. What we need is another wench. Seems a cozy place. This dude's literally just looking in the corner. He's very sad. Leave me be. Alright, let's go pop some noggins and get some guts and blah blah blah. Destination. Okay. Well, that didn't go according to plan. He was quite sneaky. here, grab a smallmouth Orbon. What do you mean as sneaky as you? You're not even here. More Orbon. There's another destination right there. Hey, arm's length. This would be a great time to discuss arm's length. Just kidding. I'm going to put it off for as long as humanly possible. We're going to run around here underneath and grab the other destinations. Okay. Okay. We also need to take care of a scarred antelope. Okay, so those are done. So down where Drill marches, we've got the scarred antelopes. Big fella. So we have to use a soup on it. And then smack smack. Cool. We can go report in. No Man's Hovel. You know, I've never actually been over there that I can think of. Oh wait, maybe I have. Is this where the bandit poachers reside? Yes, it is. Okay, I have been there. We will explore it. It will happen. Okay, so Iana. To the adventurers, merchants, and laborers that come here to partake in fine ale and fine company, the Dwellers is like a second home, even an only home to the more unfortunate. We'd be fools not to avail ourselves of the protection of the wood whalers in God's quiver, but there lies a special satisfaction in defending one's own home. You've done us all proud today, friend. The tavern is sheltered by the shroud, imparting a sense of peace and tranquility to all within. It is for this reason, as much as Buscaron's ale and yarns of adventure, that wayfarers from across the realm find respite at those tables. I'm sorry. I just read somebody's comment, the antelope will be soaked in soup. That caught me so off guard. Yeah, okay. But the protection of the forest is not to be taken for granted. No, we must respect and honor the trees. Only in doing so will they do the same for us. And so I would ask you to perform a simple task. If you are to make an offering, or you are to make an offering to one of the forest's fallen guardians. Not far from here would lie the Withered remains of the tree ant who perished protecting the forest it so loved. Obtain the umbels of 4 antelope does and 2 freshly plucked kedtrap petals and place them before the tree ant. What is an umbel? After the offering has been made, kneel and bow your head in deference. I can promise you that when you arise, you will do so with a newfound understanding of the significance of my words. Take care of them Orobon, did ye? Reckon I'll be tucking into a bowl of river trout before long then, or a nice bit of pike, perhaps. Old Buscaron, you know, he's always done right by me, no matter what I might have gotten up to back in the day, so I don't take kindly to them as would make trouble for him, even if they're fish. Yeah, Ida and Papa Lim are out front. We might go see what they have to say. You seem like a trustworthy sort, and I can see you've got some skills from your work as an adventurer. Let's see you put them to work for an old man, huh? Alright, what else do you want us to go kill? Been taking me advice and putting your skills to work at the druthers, have you? Now that's what I like to see from a strapping young lad. Well, tighten your bootstraps, because I've got another job for you. Was downing a pint of Buscaron's finest the other day when I heard that the Kikirin are hoarding stashes of poison around these parts. Can't say for sure what they're up to, but it can't be nothing good. What say you take these fire pots here and go blow up the whole bleeding lot? Alright. So there was ought to be found in the wood. What did you come to? Garleans? In this part of the Twelves Wood? First sylphs and now Garleans. All in the same place. It can't be mere coincidence. Might the Garleans be following the sylphs? Tracking them or giving chase, mayhaps? But no, this is not this far into the forest. The Whalers' spires are everywhere. The Imperials could never have stolen past them all. How could they? Unless someone guided them through. Someone who knew where the spires stand, and when the Whalers watch. A Gridanian traitor. Forsooth. I'm glad you've come, friend. There's something I want to talk to you about. You know, I said I thought we might have a traitor in our midst. Someone is aiding the Garleans? Well, I'm thinking I may have identified our suspect. There's a regular of mine who used to dine on thin soup and sip his pint on account of not being able to afford another. But of late, he's taken to ordering my best wines and the finest cuts of meat I can lay my hands on. Were he a merchant, I'd probably think nothing of it. But this lad's a wood whaler. And wood whalers don't earn that kind of coin. By chance, I was musing on where the money was coming from when you first told me about the Garleans in the forest, and I couldn't help putting 2 and 2 together. Suffice it to say, if a whaler's working for the Empire, none of us is safe. The lad I'm talking about goes by the name of Laurentius. Last I heard, he was in the South Shroud. Find him, Eorzeon, and if he is up to no good, put an end to him, or to it, and him if it comes to that. Alright, so you have another quest for us, awful lot. He's got an awful lot of quests. Just kidding, it's affiliate. Your word of Garleans in the wood got old Buscaron beside himself with worry. So I came up with a bit of an idea, I did. Might be you heard there's a place near to where the poachers and all other manner of scum gather. They're no friend of Gridania, to be sure, but they are even less love for Garlemald. So I got to thinking, why not ask them to keep an eye on the Garleans in the wood? Enemy of my enemy and all that. Appreciate the chuckle, Snowy. Snowy. Alright, eat a... Got a large Rogadin in the way. Buscaron is a good friend of ours, and there's no place like his for the latest gossip in the South Shroud. The Sylphs are known to avoid the South Shroud. What could have compelled the Self-Elder to come here? But the question of motives must wait. Finding him is our foremost priority. With things relatively calm over in Little Solace, we can focus our search effort in this area. And then there's another quest in, like... Here, okay. Hail, friend. Would you fancy a flagon of ale, or perhaps... an adventure. I can scarce believe my fortune. I was just looking for someone who might assist me in checking on the welfare of a couple of regulars. Standing in the way is something you do sometimes, you can't help it. You're very good at it. To be precise, I'm looking for an expedition team poking around in the ruins of Issamhar, due south of here. They usually turn up at the druthers every few days, covered in dust and hungering for a hot meal, but they've not been in for nigh on a week. Could well be that they're simply occupied with scholarly business, but they'd be running low on supplies by now, and that concerns me. Please pay them a visit at the ruins and see if aught is amiss. You're looking for one by the name of Iriel, by the way? I forget the other one's name. Alright. Let's go check in on homies. How can this guy have his own name? Found your way to Buscaron's druthers, did you? You wouldn't be the first drawn in by the scent of quality grog. Don't be afeard to drink your fill, lad. Them red belly thugs won't give you no trouble in here. Alright, so for some reason I need a Ked trap. That's right, we need the offerings. Sometimes the people I am covertly following are wondering why they can't enter a room even though the door is open. That is a tough one to say, because you certainly don't seem stealthy enough to stand in the doorway and block it and not be seen. But maybe I just don't know you well enough. Maybe you are more stealthy than I can even imagine. Laurentius. Can you not see I'm on patrol? Be gone. If you have business with the whalers, take it to the barracks. Well, somebody's grumpy. We need some antelope stuff. Here's Eorzeon and Rolande. Yes, may I help you with something? Ah, Yoani was concerned with our well-being. How positively sweet of her. But as you can see, we are both quite well, quite hale, and decidedly not deceased. We did, however, encounter certain practical difficulties when a veritable legion of Chigos burst forth from the depths of the pit. Your timing is impeccable, as we have only just succeeded in clambering out. In fact, since you're here, perhaps you might prevent a similar situation by slaughtering a number of the pests. Say 5 or so? That should be sufficient to frighten the rest of the brood back to the shadows below. Help is on the way! Alright. Are you here? Are you an adventurer? Tell me, have you any experience in the field of relic hunting? I'm currently attempting to catalog all the artifacts in this area, you see, but I'm finding the task rather more time-consuming than I had initially anticipated. I am all but convinced that we stand in what was once Gelmora's residential district. Alas, I have yet to recover sufficiency of domestic objects to confirm my theory. Should you happen upon such items while wandering the area, I would be most grateful if you'd bring them to me. You didn't know the monsters aggroed in group if you were in a party. Yes, they do. It's the same if you're like over leveled, so it probably combines the levels of the people in the party. That's my guess. Hey, look, it's another one of our friends. It's the masochist who's running the One Life challenge, but it's his main. Good to see ya, good to see ya. Kind of all over the place at the moment, because there's a bunch of quests. Look at all this orange. Oh, that's right, Chigos. We gotta kill like 5 of them. Even bigger Chigo. Alright, so let's go report with this. A muddy potshard, which is literally floating in the air. Do a quick check for any more relics floating around. Like another muddy potshard. Actually, yeah, there's a bunch over there. That's right, it's part of a fate. I'm like, why can't I attack it? My, that was marvelous work, adventurer. Many thanks. Perhaps now we might return to our research in relative peace. Oh, the ruins you see down there are part of the ancient subterranean city known as Gelmora. For Duskwhite Elzen such as ourselves, it represents a valuable and unexpected opportunity to learn more about the settlement, where our ancestors once dwelled. So, Gelmora, the Duskwites used to live there, it lives underground. That's why they're considered like dark elves. They were underground. Yet as fascinating as the ruins are, I do believe I've had my fill of the inside of that hole for the time being. At any rate, you can assure Yoeni that the two of us, and particularly my brother, are quite well and will soon be along to partake in Buscaron's finest meat and mead. Back so soon? Are you quite certain you exercised the appropriate amount of care and delicacy in your search? These artifacts are hundreds of years... Oh, never mind. Show me what you found. Yes, these are most certainly the examples of Gelmoran tableware. Judging by the shape and ornamentation, they appear to be cups of the kind once used to serve herbal infusions, or possibly vegetable broth. Perfect. My work here is far from done, but this discovery brings me one tantalizing step closer to realizing my dream, the restoration of these ruins, and their re-establishment as a settlement for the Duskwhite Eorzea. Gridanians have long perceived my peoples as outcasts and brigands, yet if we Duskwhites can return a measure of prosperity to this fallen city, we would no longer need to resort to common theft or banditry in order to make ends meet. Imagine it. Imagines or broth. Or infusions or broth. That is quite the difference. Yeah, fair enough. But I am rambling. Thanks for your help. What if they're broth infusions? Anyone think of that? Huh? Alright, there's another thing over here to grab. Not really sure what. Must be down... Ah. Red-bellied flyer. Garleans in the woods? Buscaron would not lie of such things, nor, I think, would you. Worry not. The wisps are watching. Tell me. Man. Tell me, are you the monk rumor spoke of? I suspected as much. Many wasps are looking forward to the day they cross paths with you, myself included. Until then, friend. Oh, we gotta go up this one. Buscaron is worried by Garleans in the wood, is he? Then the situation must be dire. Very well, I will see to it any Imperials are watched with a close eye. By the by, you are the Lalafell making a name for himself of late, are you not? It's good to finally put a face to the name. Alright, we got one more something over this way. Oh, it's Laurentius again. Not long now. To think patrol routes and rations would fetch such a price. Not more than I deserve, though. 'Tis little wonder the Empire's risen to such heights. If only the whalers paid men their worth. Ugh! You? What did you... How long have you... Help! 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 Please come quick, my friends. It is I, Laurentius. I am under attack. He's got one friend. Wow. Friend, definitely. How did you... You just... I know nothing. I was on patrol. He just appeared. I thought you were working for the Garleans. Alright, so we need to report back. But first, let's grab the... Did it, do everything for you? Zuko. Oh, and there's Laurentius for a fight, so we'll go down here first and grab the offerings for the Withered Treant. And then we have to kneel. I don't feel any different. Alright, we're gonna have to split for this. And I'm gonna be a Gladdy. How long do you mean to keep this up? What is it you imagine I've done? Enough! Enough, I say! Side note, the Ked traps detect by sound. Yes, that's true. It's over then. I sold maps and rations to the Empire. It was I. I meant no harm. I only wanted the coin. No one ever means harm. The Wood Whalers are good, strong. I was proud to join their ranks. Am proud. But they do not provide. They preach justice, honor, and duty, but in the end, it's those with money who will do as they will, who will live as they will. So I sought an opportunity to change my fortunes and took it. And all I've done for money. Endangered myself, my home, everything and everyone I love. Why, my actions have put your life in danger too. Ha 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 ha. Thought, though you do not yet realize how much. Idiot. And you imagine you had cornered me? It is not I who is cornered. It is all of my friends. Haha. Guardians, I brought the Lalafell. Permit me a question, if you will. Are all adventurers so deluded as to believe they can challenge the power of Garlemald? Yes. Yes, we are. You need a veritable mountain of gil to fund such an endeavor, such as the cost of fighting great power, or of making it, or of remaking it, as we will Gridania. So that's the way of it. Swapped your hard bunk at the barracks for a feather bed in Garlemald, did you? You there, Lalafell. You stand here at old Busk's wish, no? Then you don't stand alone. You need only look at my hat and you know that I'm gullible, because he's wearing the dunce cap. I like it. This is not exactly a high fashion either, though. Alright. Draw just all the aggro. Bunch of dudes over there. They'll come eventually. Oh, nice. I totally and completely accidentally stunned an AoE. And now legless Laurentius has nothing to stand on. Impossible. How did you best the Empire's finest? Those were the finest? And with bandits and poachers at your side? They're your sworn enemies. Why do they fight with you and not against you? But I know the answer only all too well. Buscaron. This is his doing. His words are wont to inspire men to act. Better men than I. What have I become? What have I done? I'm sorry. No more will I pursue this folly. No more lies. No more bribes. I will go to the Order of the Twin Adder and confess my crimes. There is something I would like you to tell Buscaron. Tell him Laurentius the Fool says, thank you. I feel as though a veil has been lifted from before my eyes. I actually skipped like this cutscene every other time, so I didn't know that he had a quote-unquote redemption arc. Whether it lasts, we'll see. Oh, poor friend. Here lies Talia Pompadour, unable to enter the duty due to not having the quest, and dying for the bit. Which is what usually happens. Somebody's got something to pick you up. I'm not high enough level on that one. Let's see. And there we go. Your utmost knowledge tells you she's dead. It is quite good knowledge. Way to be knowledgeable. Okay, let's go report back for those quests at the Druthers. By being not a healer, that's how. By being a summoner, I summoned some life force again, I guess. I don't know. Don't ask me how it works. Sorry, I just need these for my hunt log real fast. Yes, now it is my minion, and I can summon it and make it do crown attacks. Alright, Yoni, thank you friend. Buskaran might come off as rough-hewn to strangers, but I tell you he'd be right devastated were anything to happen to one of his regulars. What's that? Eorzeon assures me that her brother is in fine fettle as well. Why, I have not the slightest idea of whom she speaks, nor why that would concern me. Wow, you wear your heart right on your sleeve, don't you? Hey, look at Chigo Larva. Alright, you placed the offerings as I asked? Thanks. The tree you honored was not always withered thus. Unable to bear the changes racking the forest in the wake of the calamity, it lost all trace of vibrant life, wasting away into its current haggard appearance. You adventurers may see treants as little more than overgrown adversaries, but many of us local folk revere the creatures as guardians of the woods. It is nature's way that we tend to those that once tended to us. Should we forsake our protectors now, then we ourselves will be forsaken when their protection is needed once more. And we get some sweet blue dye for it. How's the hospitality of our enemies? Left a sour taste in your mouth, did it? Pity that. They've no respect for land or law, but they're not without their uses. Now they know who you are, excuse me, and that ye ain't scared of them. Your name's getting known of late, for better or worse. A lot of folk taking an interest in you. Thought it best if you went looking for them before they came looking for you. Alright, and then Busky. I, Laurentius, confessed to his crimes. I had word from the twin adder. Seems he marched straight into the nest and gave himself up. Good. The lad's had quite a life, you know. His mother was killed by a brigand when he was only small. As a young man, he joined the whalers, hoping to spare his fellow Gridanians the misery he'd known growing up. Trouble is, protecting Gridania is too big a job for one man, and he came to believe that he couldn't make a difference, that it was hopeless. There are a few things more dangerous than desperation, and a man lost in the dark is easily drawn to the glimmer of coin. I reckon he thought that if he couldn't change the lot of his fellow man, he might as well change his own. Thing is, he was making a difference, just not on his own. Somehow, he had failed to grasp one simple truth, that those things we cannot do alone, we must do together. Huh? He asked you to thank me, did he? Then there's good in him yet. I just hope that at the adder's nest, that they're able to see it. What he's done ain't easy to forgive, but I'd like to think he can be afforded a chance to make amends. But let us leave fates to the 12. I have other news for you, Eorzeon. The Sylph Elder has been found. It's taken a fair old while, but we finally managed to get our hands on some reliable information concerning the whereabouts of our missing green friend. Ahem, his name is Phrixio, and he is the eldest among the Sylphs of Little Solace. Long has he represented his kind in dialogue with the Gridanians. You, got a little uppity there. Yes, he's like a bridge between us and them, a small leafy green bridge that we can't find at the moment. And bridges are of no use if you don't know where they are. That's why it's so important that we find him. Thanks, Ida. That's very smart. There's an abandoned dungeon called the 1,000 Maws of Toto-Rak here in the South Shroud. 'Twas by the entrance to the place that Phrixio was seen, and not long ago neither. If you hurry, I reckon you'll find him. Flawless metaphor. Walking ones, please help this one. This one needs help. Needs help to help Elder One. Poor Phrixio. Poor Phrixio. Whoa. Hold your chocobos. Take a deep breath and tell us what's wrong, nice and slow. Elder One went into Toto-Rak, but has not returned. This one is worried, so very worried. And you're right to be. The place fair crawls with nasties waiting to make a meal of anyone daft enough to wander in. What was he thinking entering that death trap? Elder One had no choice. Imperial ones were chasing Elder One. Please, walking ones must help Elder One. Help Elder One now! Ah, the fates conspire against us. Forgive my pragmatism, but Phrixio is our best hope of reaching an accord with the Sylphs. Were we to lose him, all our efforts thus far will have been for naught. I will tend to her wounds. Ida, make haste to the Adder's Nest and request assistance. Understood. Eorzeon, go to the Thousand Maws of Toto-Rak and see that Phrixio comes to no harm. Peace between man and sylphs rests upon your success. Okay. You know, I had completely forgotten that the reason you go to Toto-Rak was to save the Elder Sylph. I need a couple of these for my hunt log. Okay. Like, what is this? Bloiseron? By order of the Elder Seedseer, the dungeon known as the Thousand Maws of Toto-Rak has been placed under the control of... What? The Sylph Elder is inside? Are you sure of this? How did he manage to sneak by? Strike me down for a purblind fool. You must find the Sylph Elder before he falls prey to the fiends within. Entrance to Toto-Rak is ordinarily restricted, but these are exceptional circumstances. Pray assemble a rescue party, and enter as soon as you are ready. Before we do Thousand Maws of Toto-Rak, though, we should probably do Halatali, because it's a lower level dungeon that we haven't finished yet. Where's my party list? Apparently I turned it off. I did a lot of things when I was recording for a video. Yes, that's right. After 2 months, I'm finally making another video. We have 5. Unfortunately, we cannot enter with 5, so we're going to need somebody to hop out. I mean, you know, it's my stream, dibs on being in, sorry. So, if we could have a volunteer to sit this one out, we would appreciate it. Doing the good work. We appreciate you. We'll be sad to miss you, but you'll be in our hearts. We are all good then, I assume, because that was not what I wanted. I apparently don't have that hockey. Ready check. We'll do a ready check that way. Okay, cool. Let's pop in there and get her done. So Halatali first, then Thousand Maws of Toto-Rak. Yeah, I think we're good. What? One of your party members does not meet the requirements for this duty. Who doesn't have Halatali unlocked? Oh, your level. You have to be 20. How close are you to the next level? Because we could go pop over to this fate real fast or something. I mean, we could. We could easily go just do this fate, though, if it's going to level you up. You close? I mean, we don't have to sit here either way. While we figure it out. So we can enter Halatali from anywhere. Wait, it's over here, isn't it? Awesome. Yeah, so you're level 20, so we're good. Cool. So if we are ready then, let's pop in. And this one's pretty fast, even with the rework. Although I am going to explain one little thing you can use if you're right around this level and you're looking for gear. It takes a little bit of time. Or if you're looking for some company seals to turn in or something. Halatali, right at the entrance, has a little treasure coffer you can open, so you can actually pop in, grab the treasure, and pop out. I don't know that we'll do all the chests, so it's just what we come across. But I will explain, like, your first little right here, there's a little treasure right here you can access by just jumping down. So I'm going to showcase that. We're going to fight a little bit more than normal because of that. So you don't even have to fight them, you just literally just run over and grab. I should probably turn on the stance. You just grab this chest, and then you leave the dungeon. And you can use that for like gathering gear at a certain level, turning them into the Hall of the Flames, or whichever one you're part of, for some quick company seals, for like low-level free company gains. So that's that. Normally you just go left and you ignore them, but figured may as well showcase that. And you don't have to ever fight those guys. You just run right past them. In fact, sometimes if you get lucky, you can actually go around these ones too. We did not get lucky. And that's okay. Definitely want to get out of those. Okay, and then down the ramp we go. If you haven't done the updated Halatali thing here, it's much better for teaching you mechanics and stuff. There's no more like little guys coming in from the sides that you can just ignore. You actually have to pay attention to where some of these AoE lines are. And it gets you familiar with alternating patterns. Oh, here's the first hit. And then it throws a second one, and you're like, oh no, what do I do? But it's slow for first timers. I think it was a good choice. An interesting name they give it, Firemane. That's the name of a horse in, like, Fire Boss in Final Fantasy 12 right at the beginning. But that thing's not a horse. It's just a fire sprite. Alright, wait for the others to pop in. Gonna do a quick gear check, by the way. There's no real side paths here. We already covered the one. We do need to grab the chains though, because otherwise we won't be able to move on. The bombs will start to explode as soon as you hit them with anything. And you don't even have to stick around and fight them. Like, you can grab the treasure that drops, or hit the bomb, or whatever. Kill the sprite, pull the sprites. And then you can also just hop down right here. Save some time. And you don't even have to fight that enemy because of it. That one over there. Yeah, even though this is an exploratory run, all we missed right there is a little path down and a guy. So yeah, this little hole right here, just pop down, save some time, then you run right back underneath it. Hit the guy and you're good. Sometimes if these ones are far away, you can just do the chain winch and avoid the enemies altogether. I don't know that we're gonna get lucky. We'll see. Yep, we got lucky. Now there is a little like pathway up there, but there's really nothing up there. There might be a treasure chest. Alright. And then this guy got a rework as well. There used to be lightning sprites that came, but no more. Now, you're going to see that the water is going to change. He gives you a good little while to actually get off the water before you take damage, so you can smack him for a few hits. Fun thing you can do, actually, that I saw somebody do. I don't know if this will work or not, because he wasn't stunned by a move I had just done. But if he starts to run away, somebody had stunned him. It didn't work anyway. To give you kind of some uptime to hit, not a big deal. I was just curious if it would work. Oh, Guyman, you were standing in the water. I just wasted my fighter flight. Alright. There we go. Everybody's here. So once again, we're just going to do a quick pull. There is a whole area back here that you can go and you can grab enemies and stuff. And all there is here is one treasure coffer. So what I'm actually going to do is grab it. For the sake of we're exploring everything. And you can see there's really nothing else. Just one treasure coffer. So if you're in need of treasure, go for it, but most people will just run past up to this door, or this door. Yeah, that's where we came from. We should go straight to the door. Then you're only fighting like 2 enemies. Nothing off to the side. It's a very straightforward dungeon. Big baddie. Alright, so this guy's had some changes too. Used to have to go fight some ads that appeared. Now, the ads are a little bit different in that he will become invulnerable until you deal with everything on the side. Coming out of these right here. Just these front two. Yeah, he's not even targetable. He's got a little shield. Can't hit him anymore. And then another one where you get introduced to alternating mechanics. And donuts. He's sick. I'm hoping you just mean big, because if this is your preference, I mean, he's a little gross, bro. And then these ones come from the other. Yeah, he's got a lot more HP now, but he's really just still straightforward. He is definitely big, because this is first person. Oh. Yeah, he definitely takes like 4 times as long now, but the mechanics introduced are very helpful for the new players, so it's worth it. Rock on. Easy peasy. Preparing for 1,000 Maws. Nothing really to see here. There's one treasure though. Just greed everything. And pass on what is not. And then got the Orchestrion roll for need. We want to collect them all. I mean, that's not part of the stream. That's just a thing we're going to do occasionally. Right on. So the next thing we're going to be hopping into is 1,000 Maws. So we're going to do a quick ready check. And you gained enough levels to do 1,000 Maws by being in Halatali. So that worked out very beautifully. And naturally, no one went range to DPS, so that we have to take forever and kill things one at a time on these long pulls. Oh well. Oh no long pulls. This one's gated now. It's Toto-Rak. No, dang it, Tamtara. I get those two confused every single time. I swear. Tamtara is the one with long pulls. Yeah, you got 6 levels, and you weren't even, that wasn't even a roulette. If it had been a roulette, you would have gained like 9. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. Does anybody remember when Toto-Rak used to have like these winding pathways, and you had to go and grab these like orb things? and it was only confusing for, you know, new players. I enjoyed the idea of the old version, but less so the actual implementation. If they could have done it well, I think it would have been great. Generally not a fan of how homogenous the dungeons get. And yeah, that's totally fair. And I think that's kind of what they were hoping to avoid with things like Toto-Rak. But when it became to the point where, you know, everyone had an optimized route anyway, anything but that optimized route was an inconvenience and a nuisance. So it's like, they didn't do it anyway. So I think they looked at kind of like, how can we make this more varied in dungeons going forward? And that's why you end up with like some of the Dawn Trail mechanics where you're separated as party members. Things like that. It's really difficult to have something be mainline and like customizable and explorable, because mainline always gets kind of stuffed into one kind of corner. Hey, what are you pulling my boss for? Well, yeah, they all see through hide. They're bosses. This guy trying to be all sneaky everywhere. I mean, there's a little room off here, but there's nothing in it. You can see these water-stained notes. First Spear Rydell, Toto-Rak Expedition Notes. Engaged with sizable fiend. Succeeded in exterminating, but casualties mounting. Must consider turning back if situation worsens. Little room off to the side. I'm actually gonna not get too far ahead because I don't want my healer getting trapped behind corners and stuff. But we're gonna go crazy. Sure to pick up the treasure coffer that I missed then. Not so much like that the pathways were different, but that it had a distinct mechanic at all. As it sits now, not really anything that's unique. I mean, yeah, I guess so. The poison that can't be Asuna isn't really a strong contender for a unique kind of mechanic. There's no more real slowing effect in the end you have to deal with at all. That's fair. side room, nothing going on in there either. Yeah, another note. I see it. We'll go check it out. First Spear Rydell again. Toto-Rak Expedition Notes 3. Diorite infestation confirmed. Scores of eggs on the verge of hatching. Beyond our means to deal with. Aborting mission. Subsequent parties beware. So it's not like they weren't doing anything. They just got overwhelmed. Alright, you ready for the biggest pull of the dungeon? I don't actually know that we are. I don't know that my gear's up to snuff. Oh! What was my eye level anyway? 24? I guess it's not bad. Not fantastic, it's not bad. Now let's see this cutscene. You know, it's grossness. Good thing I'm wearing a mask. Uh-oh.
Darkness.
Darkness. Ha 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 ha. The mighty slayer of Eorzeon comes now to me. With a countenance that bespeaks understanding. An intriguing power, the echo. I must needs choose my words with care.
Mayhap I might if I deign to speak in my guest crude tongue. We meet at last.
Actually, didn't expect there to be much, like, story here.
I am Lahabrea of the Eorzeans, servant to the one true God. Yours is a most fantastical tale, truly absorbing. It is a tale to tell Eorzea's children before bedtime, and it will soon be dark, bringer of light.
The dark minions.
All that stands between this world and darkness is an irksome anomaly in the ether. The Echo. Yes, yours is a most fascinating tale. Alas, like all good tales, it must needs come to an end. But fear not.
Here, feel the presence of evil.
For the end of your tale is but the beginning of another. The tale of the crystal's demise.
It's kind of long. Alright. Yeah, I do tend to agree. I do think that anytime that they can make something in the dungeon at least make it feel unique rather than just another thing where you smack stuff is a good step. I mean, all the bosses' designs are, you know, they're always different, but something to add a little bit more flavor throughout is good too. And stellar finish with the LB. You can pump your ether into a dynamite, but in the end it's still gonna die, right? Yeah. Big levels, you gain 7 in 2 dungeons. Neither of which was a roulette. Yep, pretty nice. Alright, that's all there is to see here, except, you know, goopy pods that are breaking open. Actually, let's check the surround. No, that's it. Plop. Hey! It's our main man. Finally, fresh air. Mayhap not so fresh, but better than before. Oh, Sinister One is gone. This one can leave this awful place. Did Walking One vanquish the many-legged one? This one is grateful to Walking One. This one is called Frixio, eldest of these ones in Little Solace. Alpha Squad reporting, sir. Nothing of note at Lark's call, sir. Understood. Return to Area 12. Where is that accursed icon hiding? You've lost a primal? A gigantic primal? No sign of our wizened friend? I'm afraid not, my lord. Shall I order that the search perimeter be expanded? Absolutely not. We risk alerting the Gridanians to our presence. His Excellency bid us avoid unnecessary confrontation. Though loath I am to admit it, I have found no evidence to suggest that Ramuh will be gracing the mortal realm in the near future. I ask you, what good is a god who does not grant one's wishes? Were I a sylph, I would strongly consider finding myself another idol. Which reminds me, what of the sylphs we captured? A handful of them seemed to be in reasonably good health when I last looked. Apologies, my lord. I fear we may have been overzealous in our efforts to compel them to summon their icon. Really, Centurion, were you not aware that vegetables bruise easily? It is well that I did not entrust you with the important task of making my dinner. That's probably going to go down as one of the best lines in my memory. Well, mayhap it was a kindness. Better dead in truth than dead to one's own god, I suppose, if you believe in such things. Dawn is upon us. Make ready to withdraw. Useless. We are so close to completion, I can fair taste it, but at this rate... No, I must be patient. Our efforts will bear fruit in due time. What was it you always said? Yes. Though it mean bringing down the very heavens, who shall challenge the limits of possibility if not we? In that alone you were right, Garland. But your star is long fallen, while mine doth begin to rise. And it shall burn so bright, that Lord Van Baelsar's ultimate weapon will seem a mere candle beside it. Those walking ones did for Noxia. This one is certain of it. This one fears that other taken ones also suffered the same fate. This one is convinced. Walking ones have black hearts, seek only to harm these ones. Walking ones are not to be trusted. Now, Noraxia, do not pass judgments too hastily. Not all walking ones are alike. Though there are evil ones among the walking ones, there are good ones also. There's like a lot of scene stuff going on. Does walking one feel unwell? This one would know. What brings walking one to this place? You. Came to this one's rescue at Noraxia's bidding? Then this one owes walking one a debt of gratitude. Walking one has questions about Lord Ramu? Well, then this one will provide answers. But first, let these ones quit this lightless place. This one will return to Little Solace. When walking one is ready, please come and see this one. These ones may speak properly then. Then it's settled. Let this one accompany walking one outside. By the way, what are those glasses helping with? At most, you could pinpoint one tiny little speck of clarity. Just not going to help someone of his age. Brixie got taken by a normal spider. Welcome back from the 1,000 Maws of Toto-Rak, brave warriors. How was your run with the devious mites that infest the halls and the dungeons? It was a mite dangerous. Alright. That is actually putting us real close to 2 hours. So I think what we're going to go do is report in at Buscaron for... quite dire. Nice. Buscaron, and then from there we're going to probably say our goodbyes. So pop on over to Buscaron. I like that you had that all queued up. Alright. This is actually not a sanctuary, funny enough. Ah, you're back. Tell me the Sylph Elder is well. Thank the gods for that. I don't rightly know what to make of the rest of your tale, but I'm full glad Phrixio didn't come to any harm. Ah, but there I go tempting fate. Run over to Little Solace and secure us peace with the Sylphs before aught else befalls us, eh? Rest assured, I'll send word to our friends of Charlian and the Twin Adder both. You've done Gridania a great service this day, lad, and earned yourself a place of honor here at the Druthers in so doing. Be sure and come by whenever you feel like a drop of Kikiran firewater. Alright, so we grab the quest. Say, friend, there's something I'd like to ask you. To see you delivered to the Sylphs of Little Solace, this Azema rose oil. It's a gift to celebrate the safe return of their tribe's elder, and a token of Gridania's desire to unite. The wood is not what it once was. The calamity changed the elementals, weakened them. Until their strength is returned, we must lend them ours to keep the wood safe. But ours alone will not be enough. We have the strength of the Sylphs as well. We must. And only by working together and fighting together will we survive together. And the 12's wood with us. The gift I ask you to bear is a symbol of hope, that both Gridanian and Sylph alike will live to see the light beyond the darkness. Right on, so the next place we would pop over to is Little Solace, that's East Shroud, but for now, I'm going to call this a great stopping point. We accomplished 2 dungeons, got some MSQ stuff done, did some hunt logs, explored a little bit of the South Shroud. There's a yellow quest right here, Affiliate has another one for us, so maybe I'll just end it right here, pick up that quest on our next time in. I'm not too worried about rested bonuses because I've already got quite a bar going. Thanks for joining, guys. It's been good. It was a good couple of runs, and I'm going to go ahead and say I'll see you next time.